You're looking at a chart of the euro, and we are continuing our discussion on sniper entries. In the last video, I spoke about the Canadian dollar, and as a reminder, I am walking you through how the institutions get into these moves in line with the news. Okay, so on the euro, we had USD high impact news on Friday. 10 a.m. was the time of the news release. Okay, now here we are already at the high of the day. Okay, and not at the high of the week, but very close to the high of the week, maybe just a few ticks away from the high of the week. Okay, so my bias on this day was bearish from seeing this pump up. Okay, so that was from 9 a.m. we have a pump up. Okay, just before 10 a.m. news release, we are at the high of the day on Friday and very close to the high of the week. Okay, so my bias just on the news day itself is that we're going back down to where this pump started. That may also have been the low of the day, I don't recall. Okay, I think it is because that's right on 8:30. So that'll be the low of the day, which we have taken out. So how could you have got into this position following the news release and following the institutions on this move down? So as I said, you've got to look for an opposing candle just before the news. So we're looking at a 3-minute chart, and you can see that let's quickly look at what time, where's the news. So that there's 10 a.m. Okay, now you can see that prior to the news, these last two up candles where this is the signal. Okay, now we don't have to use both of those because at least we do because they one. So we use both. We use the high, we use the low, the lowest one, and the highest one. Okay, so that's ignore all these drawings down the bottom. That is the square, right? That last consecutive up candles just before the news. Okay, so the institutions, that's where they're getting in. You need to wait for the low of those consecutive up candles to be taken out. So there's a low, then we move a little bit lower, and then you can see we get a retracement back up into that box, and that's where the institutions are getting in for this move down. Again, you need to have that directional bias. There needs to be a narrative. You need to know, are we going lower or are we going high, and where are we going? That's important. So I typically, as you can see from all my videos, I like to trade these pumps, these pump and dumps or dump and pumps. Okay, so if I see the market pumping up right before a news release, we're at the half of the day, almost at the half of the week, only a couple of pips away from the half of the week, and then there's a news release coming, then I know that that is a false move. That's the manipulation. This move up is the manipulation. I'm looking for a place to get in where the institutions are going to get in for the move down back to the low of the day. And that signal, that signature is these last two, either a single up candle or any number of consecutive up candles where the market must break below that low. So there's a low. You can see the market has broken below that, and then you're looking for a retracement back up in, and that's where the entry would be for the institutions. Now, if we take a grading of that up move using a fib tool, we take the low end and the high end of that area, then that marks out the 50%, and that is kind of the optimal trade entry for where the institutions are getting in. They're getting in at that zone there between the low end of that box and the halfway point of that box. It doesn't matter if it trades above, but that is the optimal entry. Okay, and the target's going to be where the institutions are going to distribute, and that is going to be at the low of the day. Why is that the target? Well, because there are traders who have taken a long position because of the manipulation, right? They've taken a long position all the way up there, and they have their stops right under that low. So that's where any one of those institutional traders who have taken it short can offset their short positions because they have people here willing to sell to them. They have people here who are willing to close out their positions, okay, who have longed. All right, so you've got to go back and study the charts and test this on your own charts and prove that you understand this and you can identify price action behavior, because that's what we're learning here. And you've got to do this over and over and over and over and over again and again and again on your own computer, on your own charts, okay? Only then will it make sense. So I want to talk with you in a future video.